All right, welcome to the final round. Our hand is quite reasonable, and we won the die roll, so happy to keep and see what we can do here. I'll probably fetch Basic Swamp on turn 1, particularly because we have the Blood Moon. And I think I will do so off of Marsh Flats because it's the worst fetch land in my deck. Or it's worse than Bloodstained Mire, I mean. But the consideration for using Bloodstained Mire is that my opponent potentially puts me on Jund instead of Mardu. That's not very important, though, so I think we'll just do it this way. Ah, yes, we get our humans matchup. Getting some good testing here, actually. Against some of the expected archetypes. Hollow End into humans. Probably want to take this Thalia, but some serious consideration for the champion of the parish. Maybe not. Maybe I ignore this Pyromancer and we just go... Well, we have to hit a land for that to be good. But maybe I ignore the Pyromancer and I take their champion, take their Thalia, and then just slam Blood Moon and hope we're good. I think that's a fine plan on the play. Obviously, we do have to hit that third land for this to be better, but I think that's likely enough that I'm contented with the line. Yeah, okay, sweet. All right. Ooh, they drew a Meddling Mage. Well, I'm still just going to take the Thalia. If they blind name Blood Moon, which I think with the way we've played this is not terribly unlikely, I still have Kolaghan's Command to kill it. Plus, there's a good chance they name something else. Veil. I'm kind of surprised about that one, but I guess that would be pretty... Actually, that wouldn't even really be that big of a beating. I'd like minus, and then they'd kill it with Rider. Either way, that'll work for us. I think I just get another red source here. Play Blood Moon. And then we have K Command to clean this guy up, and should be pretty good. It's possible I'm not supposed to play that land. I think we're definitely in a spot where we can get all the value out of our cards and be fine with that, so we'll play Pyromancer first. I guess. No, I'm going to push it. Kind of awkward mana efficiency-wise. I guess play the other Blood Moon. No, I'd rather pitch that to Lingering Souls. It's not like my opponent's going to deal with it game 1. Having this around still for, like, Aether Vial, I think, is really relevant, which is the biggest reason I want to do it that way. Plus, if I just decide, whatever, I want to fire it off, I get to shock them at the very least and have them discard. So, yeah, I think definitely Fatal Pushing there is better. Still no Vial here. I think at this point we probably just fire it off. All right. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really need to just fire off the Dread board to make a potential Mantis, or excuse me, like looking and I'm reading and talking at the same time. Not a good strategy. No, the Vial. I don't think I need to fire these off on my own elemental tokens to make a Bedlam Reveler cheaper, so I will not. And I will keep playing these out. My hand's not stellar, so if I draw Fatal Suiting, I probably have things I'm contented to pitch anyway. And I think we should, this came too late, right? I think we should pretty easily be able to lock this game up with our Fatal Push and Dread War. Interesting. I probably don't want to cast that. My opponent has a Phantasmal Image, and allowing them to recoup, I guess it just doesn't really matter, but I wouldn't necessarily have anything to target it with. Yeah, I think I just definitely don't cast it, since I have 2 removal spells and my opponent's just dying. Definitely will kill that. All right, sweet. So for the post-board games, I definitely want a little more removal. Brutality again, sort of being kind of bad on the draw, but possibly still worth it. Explosives and the extra fatal push, definitely worth it. Shaving a K command, probably acceptable. Dreadbore, perhaps. It's still nice to be able to kill large things that get out of hand, but fatal push mostly does that job. I also don't hate cutting discard here, but this is sort of a point of contention. I think when I usually play this matchup on stream, which has come up a couple times, I often end up in a little bit of a debate about how much and what discard we want to keep. My approach to the matchup, especially on the draw, is often going to be similar to what I mentioned against, I believe it was Hollow One, where I really heavily value, by the way, these are going to probably get cut. I really heavily value lowering my mana curve as much as I can against a deck that has Thalia and is aggressive. So I sort of like having Thoughtseize more than like the 3rd K command, because it just settles on my mana curve a lot better and helps me interact with them without spending quite as much mana. I think that's really, really important. Even though Keldon's command is an excellent card against them and Thoughtseize is maybe like a little medium, I think it's just necessary to be mana efficient against a deck that will punish me. I think the games that I lose to humans with something like Mardu are often going to be games where I just can't cast my cards on time. You know, I'm missing land drops, Thalia's taxing me, my opponent's just really efficient, meddling me, just maybe annoying me. I mean, if you're losing to humans, you're going to have a lot of cards in hand. If we're both casting like all of our spells, I think I'm going to win a large percentage of the time. So cutting stuff like this, I think, is generally a good idea. Now these I can pitch and have them be 2s, so I sort of don't necessarily need to shave on those. Now I'm sort of in a little bit of a pickle where I kind of want to shave more 3s for like another 2. I don't know that I want to go to 1K command though, as I do think it's pretty great in the matchup. But again, on the draw, I really just don't like cutting any of these. Just got to be mana efficient, I think. So I might just go with this. I'm also contemplating cutting one of these souls for brutality. I think this card just is really clunky on average on the draw. On the play, I'll get it back in there. On the draw, I'm going to get this brutality in there. But again, these are kind of clunky on the draw too, so I don't know. It's a tough one. I think it's not that unreasonable, though, with 7 1-mana removal spells to think that my brutalities are going to be good. Like kill Noble Hierarch on turn 1 and then brutality, a 2-drop. The problem is Thalia obviously throws a wrench in that. Okay. Landlight hands can definitely be dangerous against humans, but I think this is a keep. Let's go ahead and looting before Thalia comes down and ruins our day. Alright, found a land, fortunately. My discards here are kind of difficult, though. Yeah, I think it's just going to have to be these. This explosive is going to be great. These bolts and push are certainly going to be great. And then Having the Pyromancer generate a little bit of value along the way if I get the opportunity is also going to be great. Interesting. All right. There's definitely a reasonable number of ways I get punished for this. Getting basic swamp is kind of a pain too, but I think I play Pyromancer here. It's definitely a little greedy. It's possible I'm supposed to just say go. We'll see. Hopefully I don't get like Reflector Maged. Other worst case scenario includes like Freebooter plus Meddling Mage. I guess then the explosives could still bail me out. Dire Fleet Daredevil. That's pretty gross here. That's pretty gross. That card is definitely good in the matchup. And I was worried about getting Reflector Maged. This is this is worse. They discarded a Freebooter though, so I guess it's like kind of comparable to Freebooter actually happening. Hopefully no Meddling Mage. They did make my mana more awkward. Probably just explosives on one now. This kind of needs to be a red source. Yeah. It was a good draw. Certainly sets up for my Blood Moon well. I get to take care of both of these. I mean, if they have Meddling Mage, they can, like, Meddling Mage name Bolt and then hope that they can race, like, my draw steps, basically. Which is not unreasonable. It's like a 3-turn clock after this turn. Other Daredevil. Exile push, so I guess they don't have the land. I think I definitely slam Blood Moon first. Meddling Mage would certainly be a beating. Just don't really need to do that now. All right, let's just kill both of these. It's a good draw. I think this is worth it to me. Just turn that corner quickly. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. No, I guess I'm supposed to pitch Blood Moon. I don't know. Probably not supposed to play the land either. This makes a token, so sure. I'm sure my opponent has just piles of gasoline. Ooh. I'll take that one. And for now, I'll hold this other Blood Moon. If they find like an Aether Vial, I guess I could care about Aether Vial plus Rex Age, but... Ooh, Mana Confluence. Yeah, I think this is just a drain. Get in there. I guess I could have waited a turn, but... All right, looks like we got there. I'll see you in the wrap-up in just a moment.